Hello, my friends. We are moving right through another week, another month. We are wrapping up our month of June, exploring our principle, using edges and valuing the marginal. And I have a quote for you today that someone shared with me this week that I want to share with you. And it goes like this: a spiritual awakening is not usually pleasant. Often it feels like confusion, frustration, anger, sadness, grief, or being out of place. A spiritual awakening can be uncomfortable and challenging because it is an intense time of personal growth. But despite how difficult it might feel, you're not going crazy, you're evolving. I don't actually know who that quote is from, but it was sent to me this week. And the reason that I want to share that, leaning into the end of our conversation about leaning into our edges, valuing the marginal, the margins, the in-between. When I listen to this quote about spiritual growth and the reminder that spiritual awakening, that evolution is not always pretty, that it's hard. Sometimes we might feel frustrated or angry or sad or listless or out of place. And I think about the world we're living in right now. And the thing that comes up for me is just recognizing that we are in a time of spiritual awakening. We are in a time of deep evolution. We are living through a time where we are all being called up into something so much more. And what if all of the anger, the breakdown, the sadness, the confusion, the miscommunication, all of the stuff that's going on in the world, what if this is what our growing edge looks like? What if this is what evolution actually looks like? You know, when we talk about living in a new story, when we talk about calling in new paradigms and great awakenings, I think oftentimes people get in their head that this picture is going to be this pretty, beautiful, easy. We're all going to be dancing and singing Kumbaya and being happy and like hugging each other. But what if the awakening means that we have to break through all the stuff? We have to look at everything that's not working. We have to address it. We have to take it apart. We have to be willing to step in. And I want us to remember that growth happens at the edges. That when we push past all of that discomfort, when we push past all the fear, the worry, the doubt, the shame, the pain, whatever it is, when we're willing to push past it, we can find that there is greater life, greater love, greater experience available and calling us. And so what would happen if we each chose to live on the edge, to continuously and purposefully choose to be intentional about our growth and say yes to what is needed, no matter how hard it might seem? Could we arrive at thriving and truly learn how to flourish individually and together? That's the question. It's just an opportunity to look at our lives, to look at the world, and to recognize that spiritual growth, that evolution, it's not always easy. It's not always pretty. But it's our commitment to show up and to move through it, to push through it, to be in it, that is what grows us. And it's that growth, that continuous forward movement that is awakening, that is evolution. Love you. Be in it with me. Let's do this together. See you soon.